defensive the linebacker room, you, Devin White, Landon Roberts, some cagey veteran players that bring a lot to the table. What do you see when you see this group of linebackers?
I mean, see a lot of physical guys, and a lot of guys that experience playing this game of football. This knowledge from E-Rob. He been to the Super Bowl. D. White, been to the Super Bowl. These guys that love football.
When you talk about Devin, he came in the room earlier this week, talked about some pretty deep personal stuff. What have you gotten to know him off the field in terms of just the human being, if you will?
Really, I ain't really talked to him like that off the field, to be honest.
What did you come to appreciate on the field?
I appreciate just a guy that loves football.
After spending your whole career so far over in Cincinnati, what's it like coming to a new location and being here in Las Vegas with the Raiders?
I mean, just fresh start, new beginnings, just happy, excited, thrilled to be here.
Pete Carroll.
Did you feel like you had to play catch up a little bit, knowing that everybody kind of had a little bit of time in the system before you were here?
No, I'm comfortable with myself, my ability, what I can do, what I can bring to the team. I'm a confident individual. I've been starting since I came into the league, so it ain't no nothing new to me.
You mentioned Pete Carroll being somebody that drew you here and admiring him from afar. What's it been like working with him and getting to know him?
I mean, it's just fun, the injury guy, an older guy, but he's just full of energy, just be able to come to work and see a guy that loves what he do, and then brings more out of you.
Pete Carroll mentioned that you can play pretty much any linebacker position. Where do you think you fit best here?
I can play everything. It don't matter. I don't feel uncomfortable nowhere.
What makes Patrick Graham unique as a play caller on defense?
He aggressive, I would say. More aggressive than what I'm used to. In Cincy, we look to just sit back, but he's more aggressive. I like it.
What's it like having Jamal out and switching with you guys?
I mean, yeah, it's fun to be with Alex, to be honest. Just unique individual, special individual. Guy that still loves football. He had an injury, but it don't look like he had an injury to me. Guys flying around and attacking.
They say that about Devin White, that he's also kind of resurging his career. What would you say you've seen out of him as well?
I mean, guy that just loves football. Just decided to be out there. He was a Pro Bowler a couple years ago in Tampa, so excited to see him get back on his feet and keep on heading into the right direction.
Germaine, you were part of an organization that turned a corner, and all of a sudden you guys are in the Super Bowl, perennial playoff team. Do you see any similar traits with this football team, and what does it take to get around that corner?
I mean, just everybody buying in, everybody competing, everybody getting better each and every day. Attacking the day one day at a time. Everybody I say for the defensive side, everybody just doing their 111. Understanding the scheme of things. Everybody has a job. Me being able to play multiple positions. If I have to go set an edge for my other two linebackers to be successful, then I'm gonna do it. Just everybody is tired in one.
You talk about being in one place for a long time. What is it like just changing organizations, changing where you live, changing where you go to work every day? What does that feel like?
Well, just new. Life. You just adapt to things. I like to adapt. I challenge myself. I wanted to feel uncomfortable, but I don't feel like I'm uncomfortable out here. Everybody brings you feel like you family.
Tom Brady was at practice today. You got a chance to meet him, and if so, what was that like?
I really ain't talked to Tom. Last time I really seen Tom when I caught the interception on him.
Well, there's also a memory of you against the Raiders in the playoffs. A little irony in that regard, stopping their season and continuing your season to a Super Bowl.
Yeah, it was just this moment that I prevented them from scoring the touchdown. It is what it is.
Has there been any talk amongst the teammates that were on that team about that moment?
No, not really. I just want to create memories here. I don't know when the last time they had a playoff here, hosted a game here. So I want to bring that back here.
They haven't.
All good, guys?
You had that pick on Tom Brady, so you're relevant in his story. But what do you think of him, obviously, as the GOAT?
Just a guy that commanded the team. Everybody that's been around him love him. It's been be able to see the GOAT without the game I love. Obviously I've been around a great quarterback, so obviously just being around him and knowing what he brings to the game of football means a lot.
All right, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, man.